If you're a makeup beginner who is super overwhelmed with these complicated makeup routines and you're just looking for something really basic to get started with and get comfortable with applying makeup, this makeup routine is perfect for beginners. It is a cream wax formula, which is super duper foolproof, applies really easily, looks super natural, and is a great way for you to learn basic makeup techniques like contouring, applying highlights, and also blush placement. So I'm going to break down exactly how to use this 4-step routine. Step 1, I like to start off with the most intimidating step, which is contour. Now this contour looks really dark and scary, but we're going to use this brush here. It is called the 3D brush. It has a fluffy side that is going to help you to pick up the product, and then we're going to just stamp this right above our cheekbones. Keep your finger there. It's kind of hard for me to hold the palette and also hold my brush, so let's go ahead and switch fingers and just place the contour right above that. This is going to give lift and give dimension back into the face. Our face is not one-dimensional, so applying foundation all over the face is going to make it look flat. I also like to apply a little bit of contour on my forehead to go ahead and make my face look a little shorter, on my chin as well to give me more of an oval shape, and then also on the top of my nose to really accent that. And then we'll start blending up by stamping and swiping. Go into a shade that matches my skin tone perfectly, so you can see that I have 2 shades that look really similar that are called highlights. We're going to go into the darker one. This is also known as our main highlight, and we're just going to stamp this in areas where we want coverage. So I usually like to take this underneath my eyes where I have any dark circles. I still am dealing with some allergy eyes, so I'm going to bring that all the way across to really cover up that darkness. Use that with the pointy side of the brush and just swipe that to even out the skin tone right here. So along my jawline, I don't need a lot of coverage, which is why I'm swiping. If I do apply this in an area where I need more coverage, I'm going to stamp and press. That is going to help me to have more coverage. I'm going to just place this right underneath my forehead contour so that we're able to easily blend in that forehead contour into the rest of the face. From here, we're going to take our brightening highlight shade. This is going to be used very sparingly. I'm only going to apply that on the outer corner of my eye. Anywhere where I want to brighten up, I'm going to also go around that dark area, because if I place it right here, it's going to enhance texture. Place a little bit on the center of my forehead because I naturally have lightness here. So applying this in areas where you already have that lightness is going to look most natural, but always remember that light brings things forward. So if you want to diminish something, you don't want to place a light color there. I'm also going to place that on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, just to give me a little bit of a lip flip, and then on the center of my chin there. I like to blend in these 3 colors right here, which is what I like to call the starting point for our 3D foundation. We're going to use the pointy side and start by dabbing to blend in all the skin tone shades. So always start by blending the lightest to the darkest, and you can see how this is blending in real time, that it does blend in very easily. You don't really have to do much work. And then I'm just going to keep on stamping this around until I get all the light colors blended in. Once I get my light colors blended in, I'm gonna start blending the lighter colors into the darker colors. Always remember to blend your contour up and in. This already is making a big difference, but this is my favorite finishing touch. I am a blush fanatic. Blush just helps to give a rosy, healthy glow into our skin. So I'm going to use one that is very similar to my lip color. This is going to give me the most natural effect using the fluffier side of the brush. And we're going to start by placing this in the back and then bringing this forward. This is going to give us a more lifted effect and a more natural effect. So if you're kind of scared of blush, you're gonna wanna start back here. Always remember, wherever you place your color down first is where you're gonna get the most color payoff. Blush fiend, so I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more of that just in the apples of my cheek. This is gonna give me a fuller effect. And I also like to take a little bit of this right here and the smallest bit on my lips just to add a little bit of color while still keeping it nice and natural, and make sure that I dab to blend that blush into everything else. Look at how super duper natural this makeup routine looks like compared to the side where we don't have any makeup. It really is the smallest thing, but a great way for you to start with this routine. It usually takes me about 3 to 5 minutes to do when you first get started. It may take you a little bit longer. I always finish off with a little bit of setting powder if you are more on the oilier side or want a more matte finish, and then taking a little bit of setting spray and a beauty sponge just to go ahead and press this all over. I shared this tip on Monday with my 3 tips for a flawless makeup application that is going to last through heat, sweat, tears, all the things. So if you are concerned about your makeup not lasting, as long as you set the cream makeup, it will last all day. So if you are wanting to learn more or get your own custom color match, I'd love to help you pick out your own shades in this starter makeup routine.